God is saying your delay is not your denial. If you clicked on this video, maybe it wasn't an accident. Maybe this message found you exactly when it needed to, because right now you're tired, tired of waiting, tired of praying, tired of hoping for something that still hasn't happened. You've been asking God the same question over and over again. Why is this taking so long? Why hasn't the door opened? Why hasn't the breakthrough come? Why am I watching other people receive what I've been praying for? And if we're being honest, maybe a small part of you has started wondering if God forgot about you. But hear this clearly. God is saying, your delay is not your denial. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't happen. Just because heaven feels silent doesn't mean God is absent. Just because you cannot see movement doesn't mean God is not working. Because some of God's greatest miracles happen in seasons where nothing seems to make sense. Emotional build, 2 minutes. Let me ask you something. What if the delay you hate is actually the preparation you need? What if the waiting season is not punishment, but protection? Because sometimes we beg God for things we are not yet ready to carry. Think about that. We ask for bigger opportunities, but we still think with small fear. We ask for healthy relationships while still healing from old wounds. We ask for success without the character needed to sustain it. And because God sees what we cannot, He says, not yet. Not because He wants to hurt you, but because He loves you too much to give you something at the wrong time. Imagine a child standing in a kitchen. He sees a cake in the oven, and every few minutes he asks, "Is it ready now? Now? Now?" But the parent knows something the child doesn't. If you pull it out too early, it collapses. It looks done from the outside, but inside it's still unfinished. Some of you are asking God, why not now? And God is saying, because if I give it to you now, it won't survive. That relationship, that business, that dream, that breakthrough, it needs more time. And so do you. I know waiting hurts, especially when life doesn't seem fair, especially when you watch people around you getting married, getting promoted, buying homes, building the life you prayed for, and there you are, still waiting, still wondering, still pretending to be okay when deep down you're exhausted. But comparison is dangerous, because you're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel. You have no idea what battles they fought, and they have no idea what God is preparing for you. Your timeline is not their timeline. God's plan for your life was never meant to look like somebody else's. Sometimes God delays because He's redirecting. Sometimes the closed door is not rejection, it's protection. That job you didn't get, that relationship that ended, that opportunity that disappeared. What if the thing you cried over was actually the thing that would have broken you? What if God was saving you from something you couldn't see? We hate detours, but GPS reroutes for a reason, and sometimes God does too. Before you leave, I need you to hear this. Some of the strongest people you admire today were once in seasons where they thought nothing would ever change. They cried in silence. They questioned God. They almost gave up. But the breakthrough came, not because they were perfect, but because they kept going. And maybe that's why you're hearing this message today, because you were closer than you realized, and the enemy wanted you to quit too soon.